We're on Niddah Perek Chet Mishnah Bet. Second Mishnah in the 8th chapter of Masechet Niddah. We're talking about Ketamim. And we saw instead of the last Mishnah, we said that if a woman has a ketim on her body, then we have to assume that if it's plausible, if it's possible that it came from menstrual bleeding, that she's Tame'ah. But the Mishnah says the following: But v'tola b'chol davar sheyichola litlot. It's a very broad language. Tola means to hang it on something. Litlot means to hang it on something. Meaning, you can try to figure out, you can hang it on anything that's possible to hang it on. Meaning, if it's anything possible that it could be something else, and we're going to see in the next Mishnah why that is, then you assume that it's not menstrual bleeding, but it's some other kind of blood. Shachta be'ima chayava. Let's say she slaughtered an animal, or a chaya, a different kind of animal, or a chicken, or a bird, or nitaska be'ketamim. She was involved in ketamim, in bloodstains. She was examining them, or she's a nurse. Oh, she yashva b'tzad azukim mem. She's sitting next to people who are engaging in ketamim, in stains. Harga ma'acholet. She killed a ma'acholet. A ma'acholet is a kina, a lice. And this is like a big one. She killed lice. Or like I would say nowadays, she killed lice. Middle of the night, you're sleeping, bam, you got a mosquito. You turn over on the mosquito. And we live in areas, think about it, we live in areas where we have screens and we close ourselves in. One gets the sense that there were just bed bugs all over the place all the time in their time. Lice, bed bugs, it's definitely that way. So therefore, if she killed she killed a lice and there's blood in it, it's gross. Harei zot tolaba, she can assume that it wasn't menstrual bleeding, but it's that. And this is the basis of a huge area of kulot, of leniencies, not even leniency, we'll see in the next Mishnah, when it comes to ketamim, when it comes to stains. Ad kama hitola, how big, to what point, meaning to what size can she assume that it wasn't menstrual bleeding, that it's tola, she's hanging it on something else? Rabbi Chanina ben Antignos Omer, Rabbi Chanina ben Antignos says, ad kegris shel pool, until the size of a grease of pool. It's like a bean, a small bean. We say it's quite a large bean. We say it's the size of a nickel. That's the size of a grease. Okay? Even if she doesn't know, even if she didn't kill, to her knowledge, one of these lice, nonetheless, she can be tola. And the Bartanura says, Rabbi Chanina argues on the Tanakam that says, Tanakam says harga'in. If she killed one, then yes, lo harga lo. Rabbi Chanina says, I don't care whether she knows she killed a lice or not. You can assume it was lice. Now the Bartanura says, Ein alachak Rabbi Chanina ben Antignos. We don't paskin like Rabbi Chanina ben Antignos. So look at the Tosafot Yom Tov. The Rambam says, Ubi chiburo chazarbo upasak kavate. And his chibur, the Rambam in his Mishnah Torah, he changed his mind and paskin like Rabbi Chanina. The Tanakam hodalo. He said the Tanakam, the Gemara says, agrees with him. Okay, then that we do assume we are toleh stains up to a grease of a pool. Grease is like a certain size. What size is the grease? So if you go on the Midreshet Nishmat website, Godel grease, this is actually halacha lemaisa. So they say what they write is the size of a grease is. Okay, the Godel is called the grease is the Godel of a igul of a circle. Kikotar 19 millimeters. It's a diameter of 19 millimeters. Ma'ad gadol yoter mitmeh shel shekel. Oh, it's a shekel. So that's very small. I've heard the size of a nickel. Okay, meaning it's if it's smaller than that size, even just based on from we're learning in the Mishnah, a woman can be tola. She can assume that it's a kina, it's a ma'acholet, even though we don't have those things Baruch Hashem so much. Okay, but tola bibina o bebale, she can assume it's her asana husband. If her asana husband is bleeding, or they are dealing with blood, she can assume it's them. If she has a wound of some kind, it can become the scab. If the scab can become uncongealed, okay, then harezo tolaba, then she can ligala. So the Bartanura said ligala means lihidgalo, to be uncovered. Okay, then she can assume that it's that as well. So we see the Mishnah has a very trying to find a lenient possible attitude towards the idea of ketamim, and we'll see why in the very next Mishnah. We'll stop here, dedicate our learning. So remember, my father of Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.